from CNY Central. This is Today in Central New York on NBC3.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Weekend Today in Central New York here on NBC3. I'm Dora filling in for Laura Hand this morning. Let's start this Sunday morning with your first alert forecast. Chief Meteorologist Wayne Mahar is live out on the weather deck. And how is it out there, Wayne? It was pretty beautiful when we were there earlier this morning.
Oh, yeah, it is great out here, Dora. What a fantastic day we've got coming up, and just a great start to the day, too. Not a cloud in the sky, sunshine, blue sky, comfortable temperatures, humidities, dew points all in the very comfortable range, just a little bit of a light breeze, and that's going to lead us right on into a fantastic day today. Here's a look at what's going on right now with live triple Doppler radar, brought to you by the Adventure Center at Greek Peak Mountain Resort. And with all the sunshine, obviously no precipitation anywhere in upstate right now. And current temperature readings is 63 degrees in Syracuse, 64 degrees in Oswego and Fulton, 61 in Watertown, 59 degrees in Utica, Rome, and also 59 degrees in Cortland, Ithaca. So as far as today is concerned, here you go. Lots of sunshine and blue sky, just a couple of scattered fair weather clouds, a little bit of a light breeze, and the mid-afternoon high, we're talking 3-4 o'clock this afternoon, reaching 77 degrees. I'll be back with a full forecast not only for today, but we'll look at the entire week coming up. All that in a few minutes.
Thanks, Wayne. A 45-year-old homeless man was arrested in Ithaca last night after police say he threatened people with a machete. John Carl was taken into custody behind Cecil A. Malone Drive, commonly referred to as the Jungle, after police responded to a report of a subject threatening people with a machete. He's been charged with criminal possession of a weapon in the 3rd degree, a Class D felony, and menacing in the 2nd degree. Police discovered a machete and a diving knife during their investigation. A Syracuse man was arrested last night after a pursuit with police. Police say the slow-speed car chase began around 7:20 p.m. on the 800 block of Butternut Street. Officers recognized 32-year-old Daquan Williams, wanted on a parole warrant, and tried pulling him over, but Williams wouldn't stop. The chase ended at the corner of Holly and North Crouse Avenues when Williams struck a parked Cadillac. He attempted to run, but was taken into custody after a brief struggle. Williams faces several charges, including felony reckless endangerment and attempted assault, as well as cocaine possession. 2 other passengers were in the car, including a 14-year-old male who was also arrested. A part of Varick Street in Utica will now always remember St. Mary Ann Cope, canonized this past October. The section between Columbia and Lafayette Streets was renamed St. Mary Ann Way yesterday, celebrated in a festival hosted by her home parish. Our Alex Rusilla was inside the festival to see how people are remembering a saint for Central New York.
The 4 o'clock Mass at St. Joseph and St. Patrick Church in Utica was different today, as parishioners came out to honor one of their own, St. Mary Ann Cope.
Wow, it was quite exciting here for these people to see St. Mary Ann's name on that street sign. After all, most people don't get that opportunity to have the street named after them.
The newly renamed street sits right next to the school at St. Joseph's Church, where St. Mary Ann went as a little girl. The new street name gives members of the parish a new sense of pride.
Why go to Jerusalem? Come to Holy Land and Utica. I mean, Utica is a wonderful city. It's a beautiful city, Utica, and we're very proud. We're really proud to have a saint from Utica.
My children will say, that's the same classroom I was in, and she was in it before me. And I think it's a thrill, and I think it's a wonderful thing for the area that we do have a saint.
And calling the new section of Varick Street St. Mary Ann Way has particular meaning to some.
Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. So it is perfect that we use the word way instead of street or road or avenue.
The unveiling of the new street sign also marks the 95th anniversary of St. Mary Ann's death, a sign that her life will always be celebrated here on the streets of Utica. Reporting from Utica, I'm Alex Rusilla.
Federal investigators say the pilot in the deadly helicopter crash that killed 5 after taking off from the Greater Binghamton Airport nearly 2 weeks ago was not certified to fly using only on-board instruments. But that's exactly what he had to do when the chopper hit bad weather. A new report from the NTSB says it does not appear the pilot was briefed on the weather before takeoff. The pilot asked to be directed to the nearest airport and also reported having trouble controlling the aircraft and maintaining altitude. The helicopter crashed near Knoxon, Pennsylvania. Oswego County Sheriff's deputies are looking for a man who's been missing since Thursday. Deputies confirm that they found a truck belonging to Donnie Himes behind the Sunoco gas station on Route 104 in Oswego, and the keys were inside. A family member says Himes recently suffered a stroke and may have become disoriented. Himes was last seen leaving a Tractor Supply store in Oswego at 5 p.m. on Thursday wearing a tan hat and glasses. Anyone with more information is asked to call the Oswego County Sheriff's Department at 349-3307. We have a traffic alert for drivers planning to take 81 north through Syracuse. 81 northbound just south of Syracuse between 481 and Harrison Street is closed for the next 9 days. Work crews are replacing bridge decks on the road, which is expected to reopen the 19th. 81 southbound just reopened on Monday after being closed for the same repairs. Drivers should take 481 to get around the city. At 9:06, CNY Central is covering news across America this morning. A harrowing week-long search for a missing California teenager ended yesterday when FBI agents rescued the girl and shot and killed her apparent kidnapper at a campsite deep in the Ohio wilderness. Artie Ojeda reports.
Several miles down this dusty dirt road, some 40 miles north of Cascade, Idaho, is where it all ended. An FBI agent offered few, if any, details, but gave this blunt statement.
Agents moved in to rescue Hannah. The suspect is deceased.
16-year-old Hannah Anderson and James DiMaggio were spotted by air by U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force officers. DiMaggio was shot and killed by a member of the FBI hostage rescue team. The two were found near Moorhead Lake, which is the same area they were seen by horseback riders on Wednesday. Agents are not giving any details of what happened, if there was a confrontation, any communication, if DiMaggio fired at agents. Hannah is said to be safe and not injured.
Now that Hannah is safe and being evaluated in a medical facility, FBI victim specialists are working with Hannah and her family to get them the resources they need as they enter this next challenging phase.
The area they were found is about 6 miles from where DiMaggio's car was discovered. And just minutes before the announcement, the blue Versa was towed away from the scene. Investigators from San Diego had spent their day combing the car for evidence. Throughout the day, as some 250 people from local, state, and federal agencies scour this unforgiving terrain,
Mind if we look in your tree?
Idaho State Police had been stopping and searching every vehicle, camper, and boat that traveled in or out of the area.
I don't care. It's all right. I hope to catch the sucker.
It's stunning and it pisses you off, and there's a lot of locals who camp up there, and they're well protected, and they're going to protect their family. And if he comes and tries to do something to one of those families, he's going to get what's coming to him.
And for many here, a just ending, though perhaps bittersweet after an emotionally charged week that started in a burning home in Boulevard.
As grateful as we are that she was recovered safely, we also remember the other victims in this case who lost their lives.
That was Artie Ojeda reporting. Hannah Anderson was taken to a hospital in Boise where she'll be reunited with her father later today. The mother of 2 children killed when a plane crashed into their home in Connecticut attended a prayer vigil last night. Hundreds of people came out to an East Haven park to pray and pay their respects to the 4 victims of Friday's crash. Joanne Mitchell's 1 and 13-year-old daughters were killed. She was held and comforted by friends and family during the service. Mitchell was in the house when the accident occurred but was not hurt. The pilot and his teenage son were also killed. 18 of the 19 U.S. embassies and consulates closed this month over a security threat will reopen today. The State Department said the U.S. embassy in Yemen's capital would remain closed due to concerns about a potential terror attack from al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. The U.S. consulate in Lahore, Pakistan will also remain closed over what has been described as a separate, credible threat. The U.S. closed nearly 24 of its embassies and consulates in the Middle East and Africa last Sunday over the unspecified terrorist threat. Well, we're just getting started on Weekend Today in Central New York. Let's get a quick look at your forecast with Chief Meteorologist Wayne Mahar. Wayne.
Hey there, Dora, and what a great looking day we've got coming up across the region. Sunshine, blue sky, just a couple of scattered fair weather clouds. All is quiet right now. Temperatures right now have made their way up into the low to mid 60s, so a fantastic day ahead. And I think on that 7-day weather outlook, you'll see several days of dry weather ahead. I've got the full forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Wayne. And we have a promotional programming note to pass along. Regularly scheduled Saturday night programming on NBC3 will air early Monday morning on the CW6. Today, CBS 5 will carry the Bills game at 1:30. PGA Championship coverage will be shown on the CW starting at 2. When the Bills game is over, CBS 5 will switch over to carry the rest of the PGA coverage. These details are available on our website, cnycentral.com.